Tell you they press like crazy.
Then we can once we're on the radio.
No.
Surprisingly, that I never did.
Same.
Right?
I know. Get this off the pieces. This clock does not move.
Oh,
Too
think
much.
about it for so long.
Sign 11.
I know, it's been a while. But I still think it's closer to the house than it is clear out.
There's so much stuff. Oh, so I wanted to ask you, where did you order these from?
Canva.
Okay,
We need more.
I think so, yeah, because we gave a lot of them out at the, at the career fair.
Okay.
So, I think this is all we have left.
Okay, yeah.
So these are awesome though, because then everybody can just, it's like a quickie type of thing. That would be like phenomenal.
I'll email myself.
And, oh, and then the other thing, see, I'm multitasking. Sorry. All right, the Fidelity bond, I never got back to you.
Isn't it?
200,000, it has inflation on it, right?
Well, it's up to 10%, right? That, like, do you just want 1 year or 3 years?
Oh, that's right, it goes that way.
It'll be,
Do 3 year.
okay.
Yeah, so 2, 3 year.
Yeah, the 3 year prepaid is, they give a discount.
Okay.
I have the text somewhere.
Do you want me to, do you want this one?
Yeah, I'll email myself.
I know people that are paper people. We're paper. They're not paper.
Paper people and I'm a phone person. What about you?
Me, oh my god, I'm totally a phone person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not for everything, but really quick. But like
1 minute.
people will ask you like an intensely precise question that needs 5 million hours of answer. I mean, I am not typing.
Yeah.
I'm not typing.
I'm not, I can't even text that much. At some point I
It's-
pick up the phone. I'm like, all right.
I know, because you get it done real quick.
Do you
Even
want the stop?
texting. Oh, it's, no, you know, yeah, it's fine. Oops. You're just like, you can get so much done in a phone call. It's very quick.
Is your microphone work? Is your, you hear? No.
30 seconds.
I don't think you hear it until.
Wow, we are just rolling right along.
All right. Am I supposed to hear myself? Do you hear yourself?
Huh?
Is it on already?
I don't hear anything. No, it's,
Well, no, not the music. Oh, the microphone.
it didn't start. It's going to start
In 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
I guess it's on. I don't know. I don't hear myself in the headphones.
All hell's breaking loose. Oh, God.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors. This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and wishing to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you.
Good afternoon and happy Friday. Another week has flown by. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you for tuning in today. You are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I'm the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I'm here live every Friday at 5:30 p.m. on 103.9 LI News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to know more about me or my firm, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions, so like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So we've been mixing up the show lately to bring you some high-quality guests with topics that are affecting most, if not all of you. The past few years have been extremely challenging, with high costs of goods and services served up by the Federal Reserve and the administration not acknowledging the rise of inflation early on, and only taking action after much pain. We have all felt our expenses go up, and quite frankly, it sucks. So I am delighted to have guests in the studio with me today. They are a successful mother and daughter team that own their own property and casualty company. I would like to introduce you to Sheri and Alycia Bender. How are you ladies doing?
Doing great, Denise.
Thank you for having us on here.
I'm so glad to have you on.
I was
And
so
it's-
excited to be on the radio.
I'm so excited. Well, just as a little FYI, these ladies had a show, right? Here at the station and decided to kind of step away a bit, where life gets busy and it's totally crazy.
Yeah, no, it was chaotic, but it was so fun while we did it.
It was.
And you guys had a good show. I used to listen. I'd be driving around. I think it took you like a couple months before, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh, I know. The best was like Alycia said somebody had called. She would pull over on the side of the road just to get write down the phone number.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
see,
that
that's
was- That was
awesome.
super cute. And
Maybe one day we'll have another show.
Yeah, you gotta come back, and you're always welcome to come here.
Yeah.
So of course, so why don't you tell, for those that don't know you, that didn't listen to you when you were on the one thing, but who wouldn't have, right? But for those that haven't, tell my audience a little bit about you guys, about yourselves, and your company.
Yep. All right, so my mom owns the Archdeacon Agency. It's located in Lake Grove, and we are independent agents and brokers. So we represent multiple insurance companies to find the best price and the best coverage for you. So as opposed to going online, calling all these insurance companies, waiting on hold, not even knowing what you're buying, we do the hard work for you, and we research insurance quotes and coverages, and we get back to you, and we get you the best policy out there for what you're looking for. Auto, home, business, boat. We're entering boat season. I'm sure you're very excited.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very excited.
Motorcycle, ATVs, upstate, Long Island, Montauk, the city, 5 boroughs. We do it all. So.
Awesome, and that's something we all need. It's one of those products that everybody has to have.
Everybody has to have insurance.
So, and then tell us a little bit about yourself, Sheri. How you got started in this the business?
In insurance, way back when, almost 40 years ago, it was actually an accident. Who sets out to be the insurance lady? But it happened, and it's been an amazing career, and I'm very proud and love helping people. And I own the agency. I've owned it. October was 15 years.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
So
strong women business owners, which is awesome.
absolutely, especially in what I don't think anymore, but at one point, insurance was a man's world, just like financial planning, right?
Absolutely. So, but
So we
we're
stand
a
strong.
force. We're a force to be reckoned with.
We
no
are,
doubt.
we
It's
Stand
all
strong
good.
and keep going.
Absolutely. And you do a great job, and you're there to help people. We still have that nurturing aspect of us. Not that men don't. Some men do. This is not a male bashing show.
Oh, absolutely.
But the bottom line is that everybody's got to have a choice, and that's the beauty of America too. Choice to work with who you want to and who's going to do the best job. So
And there's a lot of us out there, so you need to set yourself apart.
absolutely.
So, it's a service business.
Mm-hmm.
You want people to be able to call you as opposed to just going online.
I
And
just
Alicia's right with, you go online, you don't even know what you're buying.
It's so bizarre to me. Like, I would never go online and, like, let's say you had to pick surgeries online and decide which medications you want. Like, medicine and surgery is different than insurance, but selecting the right insurance policy could make or break and set you back really, financially. And if you don't have certain coverages, you could be paying for that for a really long time. So it's so important. So hire a professional to do that for you and get your insurance for you and educate you.
You're absolutely right. It's so intricate. I just, when you get your auto policy and then, no one really reads it, but you kind of skim through it and I'm like, oh my God, there's just so much to it.
Right.
So, you don't want to mess that up. You're really protecting those things you can't afford to lose, right? Your home, your car. These are huge.
Injuries to yourself.
And not to mention that. And, you think about the roads right now and how people are crazy. It's not only the uninsured drivers, but it's the texting, the marijuana, the drinking. It's just there's so much that you're up against.
Right.
And
your car's expensive. You want to have the right coverage for it.
Well, that's the thing. And we don't have like all this extra shekels sitting in our pocket to buy just another brand new car or another car.
Right.
So that's the reason for it. Because everybody gets a little like insurance. It's not the most fun topic, I guess, from time to time, but it's such a necessary thing,
And it is, and people love it when they need it.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then they get mad when they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't have that."
Right. They had the policy for 20 years and never wanted to look at it or even want to ask questions. It's just they got it because they needed it.
Yeah,
That's a big
and,
deal.
and that is the truth. Everybody, people buy insurance because somebody's making them buy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
You're
wakes,
required.
correct, and nobody wakes up, on a Monday morning saying, "Gee, I'm going to go buy like the best policy out there." Very few people have that where I just want to make sure I'm covered.
And I gotta be honest, it's a very intricate, like if I said intricate again, but like it's a part of the insurance that there's so many moving parts. So I admire what you guys do. There's so much there, But I would say that the biggest thing that most people are saying, like everybody's complaining about, oh my God, my insurance costs have gone through the roof.
Yeah.
And again, we know everything has gone through the roof, but we had a discussion, Sheri, recently that, well, what was the main reason? Like, what happened over the past couple of years that we saw everything just increase so much this particular year, especially in car insurance?
So I think a big part of it is, and we all hate the word COVID because it's
Everyone thinks it's an excuse.
right, and it is. You're going back to 2000. We're now in 24,
Yes.
4 years later, and the impact of it. So a big part of it. There's a couple of factors that play into it. One of it is the fact that the car parts have gone up. The car manufacturers, they charge more for replacement parts. So that's a piece of it. It takes longer to repair the cars because some of the parts are still on back order. So whereas it was, you even take, for example, even, your own car or, some of the new cars. Actually, I was car shopping myself, and one of the features in the cars are heated windshield. Now, when you think about a basic
Windshield?
a heated windshield, yes. So when you think of a basic windshield that's $800 to replace, maybe $1,000, you're putting heating elements in a windshield. Now you're talking $2,000-$3,000 probably just to replace a windshield. Side view mirrors, all of the safety technology that they've come out with to make cars safer costs more to replace the parts.
Right.
And then what happens is insurance companies, they file their rates. So similar to your business, they can't just decide, on a Monday morning, we're gonna raise our rates by 15%. They have to justify to the Department of Financial Services. So what happens is they're running with paying all these claims, but now they're paying more for these newer claims they didn't actually have the reserves for. So it created a huge discrepancy.
Wow.
And then, through a lot of the years, the insurance companies weren't allowed to file for rate increases. And this is what my marketing reps have told me.
Because of COVID. They
Because
couldn't
of
raise-
COVID.
They couldn't raise rates during COVID.
Correct.
Right.
So now you're looking at, instead of getting a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6% rate increase over a 4-year period that you don't really feel it,
12%.
They're
12,
throwing it all
15,
in.
20% at
23%.
once. It's
Yes.
crazy. And then what happens is you compound that with the insurance companies buying reinsurance. They're paying more for their reinsurance. So of course that's got to trickle down to all of us.
Snowball effect, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you don't really, people are like, oh, those crazy insurance companies, they're raising their rates, but to some extent, and you know what, I'm a consumer too, so I pay my rates and I pay
That's
my
what
premiums.
people forget, like they yell at you like, oh my God, but it's not you. It's just,
It's not. I mean,
right.
and Alycia, you, Denise, we all pay the same premiums.
That's right.
But the insurance companies have to have the funding in order to cover the claims, or nobody's going to get paid.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, it's crazy, but I'm glad you gave that explanation because at least, not that it makes us feel, I mean, it does make us feel better, but it doesn't, make the cost that much less, right?
Right, yeah, no,
But-
it doesn't, no, unfortunately not, but
All right, well, we're going to run to the commercials. Stay tuned after the break. So, no, that was awesome because I really wanted people to hear that because that's,
I'm telling you, I copy and paste the same stuff all day.
what's that?
I copy and paste the same stuff all day. Like, it's not you, it's New York State, and it's the same
and it is,
all
it's
day.
frustrating, and it really is frustrating. I had a woman call me the other day. She went up $500 for 6 months. That's $1,000 a year. She's paying over $3,000 a year for a car. Clean
Yeah, to the
driver.
point, I tell people, I'm like, shop it, like, you're my blessing, and they come back and they're like, yeah, I don't have to pay
Well,
nothing
that's why I
else.
want to segue that, to call you and shop and everything that not only, new, but, like check your policies is something you should do. Well, you guys know every year or whatever, or every couple of years.
I had a client paying $35,000 for business auto insurance. It's now up to $70,000. It doubled.
I believe Rob's truck insurance too is like out of sight. But are you okay if I talk about like insurance for people that have children that are not driving? Would you just
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Because I have a lot of like friends. We're all in this boat right now. So.
That sucks too, I feel bad, like, that's expensive.
Oh, it's
You got a minute.
outside.
I
Okay,
mean,
thank
people
you.
with like 4 kids that are all like that, like get their licenses so
Oh.
together, like,
It's incredible. And the biggest thing too is that the market's shrinking.
Mm,
Yeah.
right, so there's less players. Yeah.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
So whereas we've had, we've had 6 auto carriers, maybe we have 3 we can write with.
yeah,
So,
And,
and then,
and then they can raise the prices because the competition's not there.
Yep.
I know. It's like ridiculous.
you know what, on the bright
30
side,
seconds.
I'm thinking 2025 will be a bright year.
From your lips to God's ears, girl. I hope so, man. And we'll say that. We need to give people hope.
Yeah, I really
Because
do
I mean, in
feel
10
that.
years, if it keeps going up like this.
Oh, well, it can't though.
Well, that's it. It's got to modulate.
It can't, it can't.
You know?
It's gotta actually go down. It can't keep escalating like this at a level.
10.
10
Wood,
seconds.
wood prices, those were huge, and now they're less than they were before. So,
Yeah.
so it's all good.
Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. And today's one of those days. I don't know if it's really a change, but it's things are changing in the marketplace. We're talking about property and casualty with Alycia Bender and Sheri Bender, who own their own agency. So women business owners, strong.
Yep.
And you know, we're basically talking about the high cost of everything, and one of which is our insurances, whether it be car insurance, homeowners insurance, umbrella insurance. I mean, these are all the things that you guys offer to people. But so right before the break, we were talking about the car insurance and how that's escalated so much, and a lot of it had to do with COVID and the fact that the companies weren't giving high increases, and then boom, it all like happened this year. I know one thing that we're dealing with right now, and a lot of my listeners and friends, is the new drivers. Well, you know, our kids 16, 17 years old, and they're getting their cars. And so any advice on that at all to help navigate this?
You know, I mean, and some people may not want to hear this, but when you're a youthful driver, you know, they want new cars and and they want to lease new cars. And when you lease a car, you have to have certain limits. You know, the 100, 300. So 100, 300 is pretty expensive. That's pretty, you know, hefty coverage for an adult. You have now a 17-year-old who has no experience. The car has to go in their name because they want to lease the car. So I'd probably say, you know, get a used car. So you
An older car, or a safer car. Another thing too, I know a lot of people are like, oh, even my own clients are like, oh, my friend told me not to add, you know, my daughter, my son to the policy. But you know, maybe years and years ago, you know, it was not an issue. But a lot of the policies, the newer auto policies, have permissive use exclusions on the policy, which actually means that if somebody has permissive use, regular use of the vehicle, and they live in the household, and you don't list them on the policy, in the event, you know, probably not so much for a smaller claim, but in the event of a catastrophic loss.
Someone dies.
Yeah, you know, if there's a fatality or whatnot, and they're investigating that claim, and they find out that you let that child drive the car regularly, and you didn't list
Interesting.
them on the policy,
They'll deny it.
they potentially could deny a claim. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's great that you saved some money.
Right, sounds like a
But-
cost-saving technique. However,
you know, if you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars of claim, you're probably, and the other thing too is you're not doing justice to your child by not listing them on the policy, because then they don't have proof of prior. They have no prior insurance
Yeah.
experience.
So
you want to start that clock, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then when, you know, they're late 20s, 30s, they want to lease and finance their own car.
Right.
They don't have any proof prior. So when they're older, you know, 30, and they want to get their first car, they're basically starting from scratch because they
Gotcha.
don't have history.
See, now that's something I did not know, so this is great information. So I've said there's just so much that people don't know, and like you said before,
Right.
like going online and figuring this out, you know, working with somebody. Listen, I know we all love the computer and everything,
Right.
but there's nothing like, you know, the touch and feel, or like the conversation, the face to face, you know, and all
Right, and there's
this.
so many like myths out there. He said, she said. You know, how many times do we
Oh.
hear, all my neighbors, friends said you don't have to do this. But
Yeah,
Right.
or my neighbor's paying half the price on their homeowner policy. Yeah, but your neighbor's house is half the size.
Mhm.
Or maybe your neighbor's house has, the policy has a $5,000 deductible or no replacement cost, or, you can't, insurance is so individual. Years ago, if you and I lived on the same block, we drove the same car, we would pay the same premium.
Mhm.
Because it was manual rated.
Right.
When I started back in the black and white days, I mean, that's not that far back, but we used to rate insurance policies with a manual. You'd have to pull the manual out. Each company had their own manuals. There were loss cost factors and multipliers and comp and collision, and the rate was the same. The rate was the rate. It was right there in black and white. Now the policies are so multifaceted. Credit score and how long you've been at your address and what your prior limits were and are you clean and are there any youthful drivers. I mean, you can't even
That's the thing with
ballpark
the
it.
credit score. Most people don't realize that
No.
either. No big deal, but
it's
the
a
credit
it's a
score,
light hit. It's not even really a hit, but they pull it, and
Yeah.
even like the number of years you lived at your address.
Okay.
How long have you been with your current insurance company?
Yes, that's another one too, prior limits.
They want to see that you have decent limits and that you've been with your company.
Mhm.
The price is very drastically different if you've been with a company for less than a year or more than 3 years. Or more
Really?
than
Or
5 years.
5 years, yeah. And and if
So it's better to kind of stay with a company then?
Yeah.
well, it is.
They
It
like
is.
loyalty.
They really do, and even though actually in this day and age, I don't even know about that one, but but
Things are changing so much.
I know they really are. But basic liability limits 25, 50, 10, which is crazy. They used to be 10, 20, 10, which I mean 10,000 in property damage.
Yeah, say what those numbers are. I'm not sure.
So 25,000 bodily injury
Okay.
for if you do bodily injury to the first one person in a car.
Okay.
50,000 total, and then 25,000 for property damage. But
Okay.
I mean, you rear end a Mercedes or you go into a building, 25,000 isn't really going to cover a whole lot.
Mm.
But what happens is your next step, 50, 100, or 100, 350, which used to really be enough if you owned a home. But in all honesty, in today's world, you should be carrying 250, 500, 100, and an umbrella.
I was gonna say, and then the
Yeah.
umbrella. So talk to people that maybe not be aware of the umbrella. What is?
Also, with the youthful driver, if you have a youthful driver in your house, living in your home, and they, get into a car accident, you can be sued because the child is living in your house and they can come back to your house.
Mm.
So to have an umbrella.
And your assets.
Your assets.
And the truth of the matter is, and a personal right. So what happens is you have to carry a certain minimum liability limit in order to have an umbrella. So you can't have basic liability on your auto and then carry an umbrella. But you would do 250, 500, and another $1 million on top of that. You want to protect your assets. We worked so hard collecting and
Even, in-ground pool and trampolines, if you have kids and the kids' friends are over and if a friend gets hurt, the parent is more than likely going to go after you if their child gets hurt.
yeah,
severely
it's a
hurt.
liability. So just keep everybody home and don't let anybody in your house.
Bubble wrap everybody. That's it.
That's it. I'm
Yeah.
staying home. Nobody's allowed at my house. No tripping and falling. No going up my steps. We're just gonna keep it real simple.
Crazy. Remember someone was telling us BYOL, bring your own ladder?
Oh,
This is
yes,
like a little
yes,
off, but if you have a
yes.
maintenance man coming over to do maintenance and he asks to use your ladder,
Oh,
you're saying, no, you
absolutely
don't have
Get
a
out
ladder.
of here.
No
If
way.
you give them a ladder and he trips and falls off your ladder, he's going to sue you. Because you gave him the ladder and the ladder was,
I've never heard that. I've heard of BYOB, but
Yeah,
we get the
BYOB.
It's Friday.
BYOB,
But-
BYOL.
So BYOL. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Now we're all learning something new
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So you need to you have to drive a car big enough just to carry your own ladder anywhere you go.
Well,
my
in
goodness.
this day and age, people will go after anybody just to get anything. So
Yeah,
it's,
it's
just
scary.
protect yourself.
That's
It
why
is.
insurance is so important. It really is. So why don't you tell the audience how to reach you guys if they want to get a review of their policy, or they're looking, maybe they just bought a new boat or something, and they need, because it's that time we're getting
It's
that.
that boating season. You can find us. The website is www.archdeaconagency.com, and the phone number is 631-751-1133. And again, that's 631-751-1133. We'd love to hear from you. Even just if you have questions, you just pull out your own policy, take a look at it, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you.
And I work with them, so I know that their service is phenomenal and their quality is good. So definitely a good group to work with. So, if anybody wants to call me, if you need their information, if we miss the information, you can definitely call me.
Well, we
And
appreciate that.
yeah, absolutely. So, any other words to impart that people should need to know? We're just about a minute and a half.
So, one thing I would like to just share is supplemental spousal liability is a
That's what I want to talk about. Yes,
I knew
big
that.
question. Go.
Big
Okay.
question. So what happened was it used to be an optional coverage. Some carriers included it automatically, some charged for it. It became mandatory in the state. So it's now mandatory. They do charge you for it, but you can have it, you can
Opt out.
You can opt out, and even my own auto policy, when it renewed, it was $228. I'm single. I don't want supplemental spousal liability. I don't want to pay for it. So anybody single, divorced, widowed, take a look at those policies.
That's a great point.
Look at your renewals, because you don't need to keep that coverage, and the carriers are required to put it on the renewals.
Very interesting. All right, so that's something. So that's a cost saving. Again, as a
Right,
financial
and
advisor,
it's
we want to be fiscally conservative, right? So that's a cost saving thing right there.
Absolutely, take a look at it.
All right. Well, we've got about 24 seconds left. This went so fast. And I want to thank you all. Well, I want to thank you both for coming in, first and foremost, Alycia Bender and Sheri Bender, and talking about a great topic here, property and casualty, which we all need. And we want to, get the best coverage for the best price, and that's something that they can do for you. So definitely reach out to them. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Remember to do better and be better. Take care for now, and I look forward to being with you again next Friday. And when we were past, I was like, "Oh my God, you gotta go."
I was talking like we like 4 minutes. I'm like, I think it's wait, you have to go to Medford though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, dark so we'll bring my All right, I'll talk to you
Okay.
guys later.
Yeah, you want us to meet you at the door, bring the pass, and then I'll.
all right.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Oh, I can grab
And then
it.
we'll
I'll
clean. Are you sure? Yeah. And then we'll clean up.
Yeah. Oh, I'll grab it.
Thank you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got some good information and check those policies.